Yo, 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 yo,
Yo,
yo,
yo,
what up?
yo.
Dang, we are back and we're black. Oh, wait. No, that's not for this
I'm
one, is it?
black. Black
Oh yeah,
today.
you are.
Yeah.
You're looking skinnier, man,
Talking
for
about that
real.
black on black, man.
I think
That's
it
your
I mean it
favorite.
might be
Oh,
the
we
shirt,
got to
but
comment.
but
Hey, Luviano.
shit. We
Damn.
got a super supporter on here.
I see that. We got to start doing something for these guys.
For real. Hey, Diana, doesn't this guy look skinnier? Some wrong. So
What's
not
going
wrong.
on?
Oh, you said you were gonna start going to the gym.
It signed up to the gym.
Hey, that's the first fucking step,
Hey, so
bro.
yeah, so they're taking my money already, so that's the first step for sure.
That's good. That's good.
I just haven't had any support, so I need been trying to find like a buddy or something, because
Yeah.
we're working different schedules with my love right now, so she hasn't been able to, like, she works super early in the morning and I just work like during the day. So by the time I make it home, she's already almost going to bed. And then by the time I leave, she's already been gone. So it hasn't worked out.
Yeah. Yeah,
But
yeah, yeah.
uh I'm trying to get Abby to go with me because I
Okay.
think she's old enough, so and she wants to do it. Like she's getting into the age where she wants to start like doing stuff like that, I guess. And I'm like, why you wanna why are you trying to get in shape? What's going on? But no, I guess she just wants to like, be more active.
Yeah, no, that's good, man. That's good.
But if I can get that going, maybe I get some of my employees or somebody. I don't know. But yeah.
Do like
So
a
working on that.
what would that be like? That'd be
Like,
like an outreach event with the employees.
yeah, it's not a bad idea.
Hey, there you
Not a
go.
bad
Look at
idea.
that.
Hey, we're gonna have a meeting, but you know what? We're gonna do a meeting at the gym. Boom.
We're gonna do a meeting on the fucking cycling. Bro,
Push more
hey,
cars through, and the guy's like trying to lift the weight.
hey, cycling. You seen some of these cycling classes, bro? They're
Yeah,
fucking
like
nuts.
like the ones that have a little. Well, I've seen. I don't know what I've seen, like in a movie or a video where they have the little screens and they're all like going real hard.
Yes, like,
Yeah.
but I'm talking about like in the classes, like at the gym, like where they got
Uh
the trainer in the
oh, yeah,
front,
yeah, with the
and
trainers in the
then
front, like yeah.
what's
Oh,
crazy,
okay,
bro,
so
is like the trainer doesn't even seem tired.
they do that shit all day, every day. So you would think
Um,
their stamina's got to be up there, right?
that motherfucker. I mean, yeah, but Jesus Christ.
I mean, compared to you, like your average person, you're not.
Yeah, I mean, I for sure. We were talking about this at work the other day. We have a friend of mine. She wants to start doing here in Houston. They have it's called Critical Mass, where they
Oh yeah,
kind of
yeah,
get a big ass group downtown and ride around. and
yeah.
and I was like, I had a couple buddies in college that used to go to that, and I never really went because man, they do like 20 miles one night, and I'd fucking give up in the first 2 miles.
20 miles, like running.
No, they doing the bike.
Oh, okay, okay.
But unless I get one of the bikes that you got with the fucking battery on it. Uh oh. Uh oh.
Somebody's
Bless you.
talking shit.
Mad shit. Who the fuck is watching right now talking shit? Somebody.
Man,
But
my ears are like burning out.
burning.
So I
Yeah, yeah,
feel it.
yeah. But all right. Well, we jumped into this shit real quick. But on the last episode, we fucking ended with a question.
Right.
And for those of you that don't know what we're talking about, go back to episode 6 and watch that.
Watch the whole thing and then come back.
Don't grab the little white thing YouTube and scroll all the way. Watch the whole thing.
Yeah, watch the
No,
whole thing,
so
then come back.
so the question. Actually, I'm gonna pause for you to go watch that. No, so the question was, what is knowing somebody will always be there worth?
Now, can I can we break it down? Are you
Go
talking
for it.
about like money wise,
No, I'm thinking
like
more.
value, as in like like life?
I'm thinking more like
Because immediately I think priceless, right? But if we had to put a value on it, um, priceless might be too much of a cliche of an answer.
yeah, yeah. No, I'm thinking more like not spouse. You know what?
That's
That's
the other
really.
thing. So is it is it? Are you talking about friends? Are you talking about spouse? Um, if you're talking about spouse, aren't they supposed to already be there? But if that's not the case, is it?
Well, okay, let's do spouse. Let's do spouse for now. You said, aren't they supposed to already be that way? And for
Well, no. I mean,
me,
aren't you supposed to already have that expectation from them?
well, so
And if that's the case, what is it worth?
what I'm asking here is knowing that they will be there no matter what, you know,
Yeah,
not expecting them to be there. Like you just know that if I fuck
you're
up, if
saying
I
it's a
cost
fact
us all the
they are gonna be
money,
there.
or if I fucking wreck this vehicle, or if I get fired, or if I get in a fight, or whatever, I go to jail, like this person's gonna be there. What's that worth in a spouse? Let's call it.
Well, hopefully, and the reason I'm breaking it down like this is because, again, typically, if your partner will be there for the most part, I'm assuming, right? I guess you'll have the occasional partner that would just bail if something goes wrong, but for the most part, if you're together and you have a relationship, your partner will be there for situations like that because you guys have that relationship. So, is that worth less or is that worth more than if it was like another person? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, you're saying is it because it's your spouse? Is that worth less than if it was like a friend?
Right.
Mm,
And I think it also depends on what kind of relationship you have. Um, is it family? Is it not? Is it related? Is it not related? Is it best friend?
yeah,
Like for example, I think your spouse should. Or I speak by experience, right? So I know like if something happens, for sure she knows I'm gonna be there,
and I'm the
right?
same way.
Like that's a given. Now I'm hoping that that's reciprocal. And
Yeah,
for the
yeah.
most part, from what I've experienced and time I've gone through, I could say yeah, probably. Um, but at that point, again, because the relationship, does that lose value if you're
I
seeing
don't
it
think it loses value.
overall?
I think it's actually good to feel that way, right? To
Yeah.
be secure in some way. And this question came about because just all these short clips that come up, but normally it's the male in a relationship, it's the male that's always there versus the female.
Oh,
That
but
was
did
like a statistic that they were talking about on
yeah?
this clip.
Didn't we? Did I tell you about this? I don't remember. I think we
Maybe
talked
we
about it.
talked about
Where
it. Maybe we
where
talked
they were
about it.
interviewing like a couple guys, right?
Oh, you did tell me about that. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And the
I think this was
question
a different
was,
one.
it was a different one, but the same thing. And it just reminded me. I think I've mentioned it in the past to you or somebody. But the question is, if you have to basically sacrifice between you and your spouse, right? Like you have to sacrifice somebody's life. Like you know it's the end and you have to pick, right? And they asked all the guys, right? All the guys would be like, hands down me. Like I don't think none of the guys said somebody else, right? Um, so I think you know where I'm going with this. I see a little smirking, but yeah. So a lot of the guys is like me, right? Like if it has to be between me and my wife, I'm the one, you know. So they did the same with the girls, and it wasn't so consistent there.
No, it was very
There was
consistent.
actually, yeah, it was very consistent. But what I mean by it wasn't consistent, it wasn't the same turnout as the guys, right?
Yeah.
So all the wives and all the women said the husband, like they'll sacrifice the husband,
Yeah.
and that's just the mentality that the husband is supposed to protect, supposed to be there, which is good. It's a good thing, but how much of that turns into a negative thing? What am I trying to say here? Come on,
Yeah, no,
co-host.
yeah. You're saying
How much of that
as a man, how does that
in
affect you?
society, how much does that affect the mentality that as a male you're supposed to be there and it's like say your duty to do, you know, to be there and take a
No
bullet,
matter
right?
what.
No
Yeah,
matter
yeah,
what.
yeah.
Yeah, right. But the same is the other way around. As a female, you are not expected to, you kind of like more expected to be protected and be right. Like you're not expected to give you the way I take it is you're not expected to put the same effort.
Mhm. Mhm. That's a good way to put it. You're not expected to give the same kind of effort, let's call it, because there's different effort, right? There's
Yeah, so
different
you're not expected to give
expectations.
the same.
You're not expected to give your life.
Well, for that particular scenario, that was the case, right? But even
Yeah.
in other things in life, um, you're not expected to sacrifice. You're not expected to. I guess you could say, yeah, just sacrifice, right?
Yeah, 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 for sure. And then the male figure is supposed to sacrifice
Everything,
all the time, no matter what.
everything. Yeah,
And some people will probably listen to this and be like, "Man, these are a bunch of bitches." But
yeah,
how many how many men are out there that aren't happy and just sucking it up day to day? That's not what life should be about. Life shouldn't just be, I'm a man, so I am expected to be this way and I'm just going to live like this, because then what's the point, you
yeah.
know? It's kind of like where's this there's a saying for this, right? Only, what is it? Only dogs, children and women know true love.
Yes. So Chris Rock, and that's what I was just looking up right now. Yeah, one of his. This is the first time I heard it. I don't know if that's an original quote from him, but he's only women, children, and dogs are loved unconditionally.
Unconditionally. There
As
you go.
where men are loved under the condition that they can provide something, and that pretty
That's
much
true.
sums it up. First time I heard it, it wasn't funny at all. Like it was funny, but it also made me think. Right? Um,
Yeah. No, so I think coming from a comedian, it helped that blow. But if you were to hear that from, say, like some inspirational speaker or whatever, I'd probably cry.
so that was my. So the first time I heard it, I was like, damn, that's deep, right? And I don't like again. I don't know if he's the original author of that quote, uh, but it really dug deep, man. I was really thinking about that one,
Yeah.
um, and I thought it was worth. And I think I've shared it a couple times because it's true, you know.
Oh yeah.
But it kind of sums up what we're talking about. The whole what is it worth to you, right? So is the man's worth whatever he can provide?
I think so. Um
And if that's the case, if you're not able to provide anything, then you're more than likely. will not be reciprocated, right? So does
You know,
that
and
mean
and
that?
it's a controversial topic because I've heard of some deadbeat ass motherfuckers where the woman does everything for them. You know, and I'm like,
So yeah, so is that a mental illness? That's something, right? That's like a psychological phenomenon. I think it's got to be, right?
yeah, because even like I've also encountered where the man does, provide something when and still gets called useless,
And you're still
you know?
borderline useless, yeah.
And so
Or
it's
not
like,
even, not that you're useless, but perceived as,
yeah, yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah. But then that same
I always
feeling is
joke
never
around like,
reciprocated.
yeah. No, I always joke around when I hear those kind of stories where they're like, "Oh, my boyfriend doesn't work. My boyfriend doesn't do anything at home. He doesn't take care of his all the children." And I'm in my mind, I'm thinking, "What the fuck are you doing there?" You know, but I can't tell people that because they don't understand it. But
I'm thinking this motherfucker's got the biggest dick, bro.
bro, I'm saying it's gotta
It's
be.
gonna it's gotta be.
It's
Like
gotta be.
what? It Either that or he's blackmailing the fuck out this woman.
You don't know how many employees that have confided in me with this situation where they're like they're just fed up, they can't stand this like bum ass nigga, and dude, it really makes you think, what am I doing wrong? I
you
most
know?
recently at my previous unit had somebody who was just like that. Everybody would tell her, leave that guy, leave that guy. Like he ain't worth shit. Dude didn't work, he didn't want to work, he didn't want to learn anything. Um I think he was like hanging out with the ex. It was crazy shit like that. Like children, and she would pay the rent. She would pay for the it was her car that he would drive. And she couldn't drive around because he was driving her car.
Bro,
Uh
if I even tried that,
and she was,
I
I
don't-
mean, to the is that me or
I
you?
think that was you. If I even tried that, bro, I
So
don't want to say then I
this
would be
girl was
gone,
like
but
ride or
she could
died with
she'd
this
be
guy.
like fucking.
So the only logical explanation I can come up with is that it's some type of mental trauma, right?
Yeah, 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 yeah. I follow with that. It's got to be some mental trauma, some fucking
Like some daddy issues,
disability,
right?
or some major daddy issues.
Damn.
Major daddy issues.
Then we're
Like
fucked.
you would really like you'd have to be somebody that really just wants and needs approval of others.
Exactly. But even then, that's only one factor. Like, what about everything else, though? Because a lot of people have that need.
Yeah, 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 yeah. As humans, we feel like, well, not as humans. I don't want to say that. It's just
Yeah, let's say
as
it's
a
human nature to
social
want to
as a
be
social
validated.
creature,
Yeah,
we want to be in a circle.
you want to be recognized. You want to be validated.
Yeah,
That's normal. But I mean, to me, that's some extremes. Um,
that's
I don't know.
definitely an extreme.
Or you can say it's real love. Think about it. If the guy doesn't have nothing,
Anything
and
going
the
for
girl's still there,
him.
that's got to be real love, right?
That's got to be something. Ali,
That's
bro,
rough,
because
huh? Food for thought. Food
what
for
is
thought.
love? Baby, don't hurt me. But I mean, yeah, I guess just yeah, I don't know. But
So
for the most part,
the closest thing that I can think of is we're victims of kidnapping, fall in love with their kidnapper.
there's a
What is it called?
good thing for Google.
Yeah, some type of syndrome. I forgot the
Yeah.
name. It's a
Massimo? No.
No.
Stockholm.
Yes.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I guess that's a little. Yeah,
I
but
mean,
like the
not exactly
Stockholm
the same, but
syndrome is.
it's a similar type of situation where it makes no sense that they would do that, but they do. And it's something about that. So the way that was explained is it's something about that the brain is trying to compensate for something,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah.
Because the brain does work a certain way, so it's not.
Yeah, like the brain is trying to survive, and to
Yes,
survive, it
it
makes
wants
this
to
normal,
please the kidnapper, and then it that's where it kind of leads towards having feelings towards this person.
and they say it's like super hard to break that.
Yeah.
Like
So, but
if they're
so think about
saved,
this: is
right?
it the same type of situation?
And I'm
You're not
thinking along the same
physically,
lines.
technically kidnapped, but you're mentally kidnapped.
Yeah, I'm thinking along the same lines, right? It's got to be something because yeah, you're psychologically not well.
You're socially kidnapped. You're it, and on top of to put a cherry on a sundae, a lot of these guys are abusive. So it's
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah. No, that's very true.
so so it's got to be something like that.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's crazy. But what are we gonna do? It's crazy.
Definitely makes you think. Again, what are we doing wrong, right?
No, because like, okay, so I would
You
definitely.
know what? This would be a good question for your therapist.
Which one?
Your
Stockholm
therapist.
syndrome.
No, about what makes. And I'm not gonna say it's only women because I'm sure there's guys out there too, right? They're gonna hang on to the last. So what makes people kind of hang on to a bad relationship,
Ooh,
right?
yeah, 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 yeah.
Mentally, I'm sure it's been studied. I'm sure it's out there.
Yeah, but I'm sure there's got to be something of like hope, right? There's got to be something like, oh, it's gonna get better,
What the hell?
right? And so hope has got to be very involved in there. And that's why sometimes hope is shit. Like hope is good
Like
and
everything,
bad.
it could be negative and it could be positive.
Yeah, like hope is good and bad. And I think when these let's call them violators, abusers or whatever,
Yeah,
um, when they can give you some sort of hope, that's when they hook you. You know what I mean? And you're kind of fucked now
yeah.
because it's always the I'm gonna get better or I'm gonna try this or I'm gonna do that, and the expectation or the hope is that
It's
he
that
she will
it,
do
it's
that.
is that emotional roller coaster, right? That's what they call it.
Hmm.
It's
Hmm.
the
And
up
some
and
people are
downs.
addicted to that.
Yes.
Some
So
people
it brings
like
me
that
back to my
shit.
original point. What is it? What are you? How are
Yeah, I see what you're
you?
saying.
How are you mentally fucked?
Yeah, like I think I like being abused because my dad was a shitty father.
Ay, ay, ay. Okay. Going back to daddy issues.
Yeah, I got daddy issues. I think I love being abused because my dad was a shitty father, and I just saw the way he abused my mom, and I think, well, if my mom could do it, then I can too, or I should too.
Or you can get away with things.
No, I'm not the one doing the abuse. I'm
No,
the
no,
one
no,
being
no.
abused.
That's what I'm saying. But like people should be able to get away with this because my mom put up with it for such a long time
Yeah,
that why
that's got to
wouldn't
be
I?
something. Yeah.
That yeah, for sure. So in my situation, right, I wouldn't say abuse, but it was I did see how my mom was depressed because my dad was not there at all, right?
Yeah.
And I always felt like at some like deep down she almost she it really affected her, right? For sure at the beginning, but I think it did have long lasting effect because she never,
Oh yeah.
she never partnered up again. She never. even cared about, which I would think the normal thing to do would be moving on and doing, like, going out there finding somebody else, right?
Yeah.
But she chose not to do that. So that's
Hmm.
where the long lasting effect of that. And I always wonder, like, how did that affect me and my brother?
Yeah. No, I think 100% it did. Because you seeing that we're talking about the brain, how it copes with it, probably made it such a norm to whenever you or your brother felt some sort of sadness or depression, like that was okay and it shouldn't have been. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
yeah,
Because your brain said, "Oh, hey, we've seen this before. It's all right." You know what I mean?
yeah,
No, I mean, and I think about it all the time too. Like now that there's so much more, I guess, out there visible.
yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of times where I'm like, damn, my mom was fucking depressed, or like my mom was going through some shit. And in my scenario was my dad was there but not there, right? Like it's different, a little bit different, but
It was a up and down
yeah,
kind of
and like
situation.
and I can look back now and be like, damn, like that sucks,
Yeah.
you know. So it's got to be something with the parents, or like it's got to be something
Oh, everything
with
is with
your
the parents. I told you
direct.
before, like, your parents fuck you up somehow. It's just a
Yeah,
matter of how you got fucked up.
but then it's like,
It's just a matter of figuring out what they did to fuck you up and how, kind of determining what it is that you're fucked up with.
but you know what? This actually is really good that we're talking about this because it goes into something else I wanted to talk about.
Okay.
And it was like role models. And so normally when people think role models, they think of positive, right? They think of and maybe I don't know the actual word for what I'm thinking, but I'm thinking role model. And like I've always said, my father was a role model to me. How? In the aspect of showing me what not to do. Like I've looked at
So you're still
some
keeping
things
it
that my
positive,
father do.
right?
Sure, sure, sure. But I look at some of the things my father did, and I'm just like, mm-mm, that fucked me or my mom or our family up. I'm not doing that shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't know
Okay.
what that would be called, if it's a role model or what, but it's
Uh,
something
well, I wouldn't say a role model. Typically, I think a role model is, like you said,
positive.
somebody to kind of follow, somebody positive.
Yeah.
But can you be a negative? Is that a term, a negative role model, where you learn bad stuff from somebody else? Yeah, I guess, right? Like your parents are, abusive, then you learn to be violent, and that's a negative role model.
Yeah, but it's also that story, right? Of like this two, let's call them twins. I think the story goes it's a pair of twins grow up. One grows up to be an alcoholic, abusive person, right? Crazy, drugs and everything. And the other one grows up to be extremely successful, CEO of a company, yada, millionaire, yada yada yada. And they did a study to these guys. They interviewed these guys and said, y'all are twins, y'all were raised the same, like what happened. And so the bad twin, let's call him, or the abusive twin, goes on and explains, well, I grew up seeing my father beat my mom, drinking every day,
Right.
didn't give a fuck about us,
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then they go and ask the other twin, the successful twin, and said, hey, how did you make it, right? And
Right.
he's like, well, I grew up watching my father beat my mom, be an alcoholic, doing drugs, blah
It's
blah
just how
blah.
he reacted differently.
Hmm.
Yeah.
And so I've seen that clip about that story, and it really got me thinking one day. And I was like, you know what? That I've talked about that with my aunt before, where like I've seen some of the things growing up, and I've gone back and assessed them, and I'm like, I never ever want to do something like that.
Right.
Thank you, Dad. You know
So
what I mean?
since you mentioned this, I've had this conversation before with a friend, and going back to the whole "I would never do that," same thing, right? So having an absent father, somebody who who basically like abandoned the family, right?
Yeah.
I find it really hard for me to to think that I would do that, right? To just like kind of leave my kids and just forget about them and move on with my life, and it's because of that. So I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. I mean, it's a good thing as a parent, right? But you always run into a situation where are you with your partner because of the kids? And if that's the case, you shouldn't be, right? Because that's kind of like ruining your life. And if that's the case, you are it's not fair to you, right? But it's fair to the children. So that opens up other things. Um and I'm not saying I'm in this situation, but you know, you can be, and that comes up a lot, right? You hear stories where parents just together because of the children, allegedly, right? Because they didn't want to. So is that the right thing to do, or was that not the right thing to do?
Well, I'll tell you what, for sure, in firsthand experience here, my mother put up with a lot of things that my father
Correct.
did because she didn't want Moises to grow up without a father.
So now that you are the subject of that choice, do you think that she did the right thing? Would you have wished that she did something differently, for like thought about herself
So
more?
so that's a tough question, right? Because it's a what if. However,
Yes, but
if I resulted the way that I am now, right, and I look back with what I know now, right, with what I know now, I would have 100% wished that my mom would have left this deadbeat ass man to go and be happy. Because I'll tell you why. I ultimately think that part of why my mom passed away was her depression caused by my father.
definitely didn't help. Tell you that.
Hmm.
Um, but
So
what you so so going back to the question, you're assuming that you would have turned out the same, right?
that's what I'm saying. Like knowing what I know now,
But
being who I am
but
now, but
but probably not.
probably
Do you
wouldn't have
agree?
been the same
Because
way
if you're
now.
saying like you're saying you've learned from the negatives, right? So let's say your parents would have separated and
Yeah.
your mom moves on. She gets remarried to an awesome guy and he becomes your
Hmm.
stepdaddy, and he takes care of you guys, and he becomes a that father figure, and you would have had a completely different experience,
Yeah.
right?
Hmm.
And it makes you think, would I have gone down that route, or would that positive experience would have made me too comfortable, and maybe I wouldn't, you know, because I'm
I
thinking
don't know.
you
You're
succeeded.
painting a great picture there, bud.
So you
I think I
succeeded,
would have
you
preferred that.
succeeded, you succeeded with a negative experience, right? So
Hmm.
if you would have had a positive experience, would you have been too comfortable to where it gets negative? Meaning you were too comfortable, so maybe you wanted to be more creative and you didn't go to school. You were too comfortable and you didn't feel the need to like push harder and stay after school or whatever you did, right? To kind of get you to this point. Um so now it did kind of do you see what I'm saying? Like, I'm assuming you succeeded because of your experiences. You specifically.
So I was always going to go to school. Okay, I don't think my mom would have not allowed me to not go to school because one of the biggest things for my mom was,
But I'm not
mijo,
talking
yo
about
solo te puedo dejar la casa y el estudio. That's it. You know what I
yeah.
mean?
Yeah, but I'm
And
talking about you though.
correct.
How
Okay,
would have
what
affected
I'm
your
saying is
decisions?
though, what I'm saying is though, I would have
Think your
still
mom would have kept
found
you on
some
track, is what you're
success.
saying.
I think so because I think so. And then with help from an awesome guy like you painted it, I think it would have been a lot easier, you know?
Yeah.
Because it also goes back into
Nah,
this.
I was being hopeful. I don't know if it would have been an awesome guy. Maybe, just a
No,
decent
but
guy.
but you know what? There's also this like theory in I don't know if it's sociology, psychology, or whoeverology, but there's a theory of trying to get the attention of the one that least gives it to you, right? And so I
Yes, seeking
think I
validation.
acted
Yes,
out seeking that attention that I didn't get. So if my mom would have remarried to an awesome guy, who knows? Maybe I wouldn't have acted out, and then it would have been an even easier route, and it would have been an even more successful route. You know, we don't know.
we
You
don't
know what I
know.
mean?
Yeah, yeah.
And then I'll tell you one thing though.
But we do
I,
know somebody who is spoiled, who didn't get uncomfortable, didn't get out of their comfort zone. Um, it's an adult now and still struggling, right? Because it they were never pushed.
yeah, yeah. That's for
Somebody told
sure.
me you
Yeah.
grow when you're uncomfortable.
Yes. I've heard that many times.
Yeah,
But I will let me real quick. I'll go back do this, and then we can come back to this. But I will tell you what though, with that belief I have of the depression affecting my mother, I would have 100% rather her leave, go find some other person, and probably still have her here. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Because another, like, if it goes, if it would have gone the way you said, right? Somebody that cared more, let's call it, they would have noticed some things before and probably gotten her help when she needed it. You know what I mean? So there's a lot that
of course, it's
coulda, shoulda,
definitely gonna.
woulda, right?
Yeah, yeah.
But so going to the other thing, I already lost track. What was the other thing?
Something about some deadbeat dads going out like cupcakes.
They need to eradicate that. There should be a vaccine for that, not COVID. But damn, where's Rebecca when you need her to get us
For
back
real,
on track?
Rebecca, if you're watching, we need help.
Hey, what up,
Oh,
Az?
what's up?
How's it going, my guy? He's got a he's got a little vlog going on too.
Oh, okay.
So yeah,
Share that with us. Go to the website, share it, and I'll I'll
we'll
reciprocate.
watch
I'll
that. Yeah,
yeah, I'll
we'll check it
forward that
out.
over to and I'll promote it.
Yeah, for sure. And make sure y'all tell your mom to get on. But I mean, what else were we talking about? I
Are
really
we
forgot what we were
live?
talking about. We're fucking live. We should
I
be
don't
live.
I don't see it.
Are you shitting me?
Wait,
No,
I
we're
mean
live.
it says we're live, but I don't like I'm trying to trying to log in and it doesn't.
Hmm. Damn, she missed out a good ass conversation, AZ. Tell her she just missed out on the conversation of the fucking hour. Because I'm sure we'll have some great
Oh,
conversations throughout the year.
we can backtrack and fill her in. We
Yeah,
got plenty of time.
yeah.
I was just
But
wondering if I wanted to call like if somebody was out there, I wanted to get somebody's opinions out here, but I guess we're already kind of doing
opinions on deadbeat fathers?
that. No, like just the conversations we've had.
Yeah, yeah. Damn, what was we talking about? Jesus Christ. Does that ever
Uh,
happen to you? I mean, obviously, it just happened to you right now because
it
you're on the
happens all
same
the
boat that
time,
I am.
all the time.
You know, they say, you ever heard this stupid theory? Um, and I guess it doesn't relate to right now because we didn't walk in, but it says like you ever walk into a room and immediately forget what you were going to there to do.
Yes.
Okay, they say they being somebody's creative conspiracy
Yeah.
say that it's because you saw something you weren't supposed to,
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
and they erased your memory in that
And you were
moment.
like Men in Black,
Yes, bro.
memory wipe for the last few seconds.
I mean, how do you
I
disprove
have a lot
that?
of times where it's just like to myself, and I'm like, I lose track of like a few seconds. I'm like, wait, what was I? You know. So
That
yeah,
happens to me driving.
yes,
It's aliens, bro.
maybe.
We were coming back from so the science behind this would be exhaustion. I think that would be the logical answer. But we were coming back from one of the road trips we took. We were coming back from El Paso, here to Houston already. So well, that was going to be 12, 13 hours, whatever it takes to cross Texas. But
It's ridiculous.
we were in that open space, and I can remember telling Diana, or not telling Diana, but I can remember. Okay, I'm sorry. We were coming back from El Paso. Takes 12, 14 hours, whatever that gap is. We were in the middle of nowhere, and I can right now. I'm like picturing myself. I'm going back to remembering when I'm just driving, and then I'm like,
Oh
"What the
shit!
fuck?"
What happened the last 45 minutes?
Yes, bro.
Yeah.
Yes. And I'm just like, for the life of me, I cannot remember.
So a lot of it, I think, is because the way short-term memory works. Something monotone like that, like looking at the same scene and doing the same thing, or you just hold it, straight, and you're not doing anything. It doesn't register any like different events, so you get kind
Yeah.
of like in a trance, right? So
Yeah.
that's where you lose track of time. I guess that's where the term comes from, losing track of time. Um,
I don't know, bro, but that shit is nuts,
because
especially
on a
when you're
day to day basis,
driving.
you're like you're moving, you're turning, you're going. People are talking to you. So to me, those are like little logs in your mind that are happening, right? Like,
Yeah.
but when you're doing something like that, it might, yeah, definitely mess with your brain.
Yeah. And it's happened to me so many times, dude.
And
So
I think
many
you can.
times.
I mean, I think we could, we could test this out. Like, if you just say stare at something for, on the wall for a minute, you probably would have the same reaction, right?
You'll probably fucking have a seizure, but yeah.
I don't know about a seizure, but
Yo, what up, Becca? How you doing?
hey, how are you?
So
Oh, I
Adrian.
forgot. I forgot. I still gotta send you the picture for that. So I'm reaching out to Rebecca. If you guys don't know, she's a entrepreneur and a business owner. I think she's still doing it, but she does like
Mm-hmm.
custom prints, right? Hoodies. So I'm trying to get a hoodie for Abby.
Ooh, nice. That'd be
Yeah,
cute.
yeah, yeah. So I'm gonna send you that picture that we want on there. See if we can make that work.
So since we're talking about that, let's see. Face is it on Facebook? What do you prefer, Becca, that they follow, Facebook or Instagram?
Do you have a separate Facebook?
She's got a page for sure. So
Share it
it's
so we can
Becca's.
reshare it.
So all right, cool, cool, cool. So as you heard Cesar say, our friend Rebecca says she's an entrepreneur, has a small business where she does custom. She really does custom everything: custom shirts, custom jackets, custom cups,
Really? I didn't know
custom.
that. Okay.
Yeah, she's on the ball, and
I see
it's
you. I like that idea. I thought about doing like a little side hustle with that because I like custom
yeah.
stuff. You know?
So I've seen her whole setup, man. She's got it going on. So it's
Okay.
Becca's Creative Teas and More. So I don't know if I should type it all out. How about I put it in the chat? Maybe that'd be cool if I can share it, right? That's what I can do.
You should
I
be
can
able to
share the
share it. Yeah.
screen. I'm just saying I can share the
Oh, share the
screen.
screen. Yeah, share the screen.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Hold up. We're gonna go to our Facebook. We putting you out here, girl. This is her Shopify. Oh, oh, oh. Time out. Becca. Jesus Christ. I can't type, guys. I'm having a fucking aneurysm here. I'm fucking having an aneurysm. Is that what it's called?
Aneurysm. Yeah, sounds right. And aneurysm. Yeah.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. So I'm gonna share my screen window. This one. Bam. So we got Becca's Creative Teas and More. Bow. This is the Facebook group. Make sure you like it. And if there's a place to follow it, follow it. I mean, she's got all kinds of stuff, you know what I'm saying? Look at this. I need to pick up my
Ooh.
apron. That's my apron. I need to pick that bitch up, but I'm slacking. So she's got all these things, man. Y'all need to head over there and just she does all kinds of custom stuff. So she did some shirts for me a couple years back or a couple so I was like a year, couple years now, but um still got them. We got them for the Ram truck. And I've gotten some other stuff. I can't remember. Oh, she did some Bad Bunny stuff for Diana. So real nice things, man.
Ooh, we gotta do like a little cross promotion. Like, hey, if you heard about Rebecca's custom tees and more, you get a 5% discount. Use our
Oh,
code 2
that'd be
Kings. Ooh, I'm writing this
oh.
down.
Fuck yeah, that'd be dope as hell. So you see what they fucking we're over here fucking shouting out, and AZ's over here talking about
So,
AT&T and T-Mobile.
yeah. Oh, bro, I was so pissed off that morning
Oh,
because I'm
cause you
like,
got T-Mobile.
no, I have AT&T.
Oh,
Yeah,
even
I'm
worse.
an adult. Shit, I don't have T-Mobile no more. So, yeah, I woke up and oh, cool. Like everything's really calm. Nobody's bugging me. Nobody's calling me from work. Everything's nice. And somebody I don't know who texted me said, "Hey, are you getting messages?" And I'm like, "Duh, obviously, because I got yours, right?" Uh, and then as I'm bro, Matrix, check this out, right? I woke up like, oh, everything's cool. Okay, cool. Turn on the news. As soon as I turn on the TV at the hotel, oh, ATT's blah 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 outage. Like they were literally covering that at that very moment where I was notified the AT&T tower was down or service or whatever.
So you heard the
I felt like
theories
I
on
was
this, right?
well. I heard now
So one
cyber
of the
attacks and all kinds.
theories, yeah. So one of the theories about AT&T, T-Mobile, them things going down is that North Korea was trying to hack into our medical system, and somehow, some way, they ended up attacking AT&T because they couldn't get into our medical system.
Hmm.
So
I mean, if they
you
want to
don't
go in
know.
there, if they want to go in there and delete some of my bills,
I'm down. Fuck
I
yeah.
mean, I'll take it.
Hey,
Actually, we
for
got.
real, man. Team
Actually, we got it.
Verizon, baby.
I actually got a got an email saying we're getting credit for that.
You're getting $5. Shut up.
Hey, $5 is $5.
AT&T said we're gonna give y'all $5. You know what though? It's funny because it's actually probably $5. Like that's probably correct. Because if you think about it, what's your bill? And then like $5 a day times your month. That's about average for the whole
So
company, right?
yeah, so yeah, they're. He said hopefully AT&T makes customers bills cheaper. So yeah, they're actually they are giving people credit. So I don't know if it's everyone or they kind of determine who got affected or not. But yeah, they did give me something. I didn't even read because I knew it wasn't going to be something major. But I guess they're trying to make it right.
Yeah. I mean, it was one day, so I've had a couple people
And
actually
and you know what? It
say,
was. I don't even know if it was a whole day because I didn't have my shit was working.
"Hmm." Well, I've had some people say, like that was one of the best days for me because I didn't get nothing, like nobody
Yeah,
bothered me.
yeah,
And I was
yeah.
like, I didn't think about it like that.
True, true. That's what I said. I had a great morning. Like my start of the morning, I was like, all right,
Nobody's talking to me.
yeah, I'm okay with that.
But yeah, they said it was a cyber attack. I mean, look, if it is or it isn't, really the best way to attack in 2024 is going to be cyber because we live in a digital world now,
Oh yeah.
you know.
Uh, that movie, right, on Netflix.
While
Something about the end of the world.
oh, you're talking about the one with is it Sandra Bullock?
Yeah,
That one's
yeah.
a good movie, man. You know, you and Erika were talking about it, and y'all played it down so much.
Whoa,
When I
whoa, whoa! No,
watched
no, no, no,
it,
no. Wait. Let me put it out there. Erica does not like creativity. like, she, like she likes a certain type of movie, and that's it. She's not
yeah,
open to like as soon as she makes up her mind. It doesn't matter what it is. Like that movie. Yes, the movie
leave
Leave
the
the World
world
Behind. Yes,
behind.
yeah. Like she's just not for it, right? So if it's something like that, that's not controversial, but it was different. See, like
The ending
the
was
ending
not
was
trash. You know what? I can guarantee you that somebody else told you that and you're repeating it because it wasn't trash.
maybe. I mean, if you don't like Friends, right, the ending might not be for you.
There's no explanation as to why the ending is trash. I mean, it's not. It was a good ending. It was like the only other
So
ending that would have like made people not, oh, it's not trash is if a war would have started.
yeah,
But there was no way to end it without a war starting. It had to end calmly, you know?
yeah.
So
Well,
I
it
think
wasn't
AZ,
really
you're
calm because it
repeating
was
what somebody
it
else
was
said.
calm inside the bunker, but it really was a war going on, right?
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
they like right before the ending, they turned to the city to see cities on on fire.
Just a mess. Yeah, it's a
Um,
mess.
but I get you, sir, because again, some people like the ending with the little nice bow and fireworks and right.
See, he wanted to see
You
a
want to see a
war.
war?
That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying.
Hey, there might be a number two. Leave the world behind. I don't know.
I'll
That's a
tell you
clever
what though,
title for the
that
movie.
movie really makes me think, and I think we touched a little bit on this with Eric, where we talked about like
Talked
at
about
least Moises, for example, doesn't have a plan if some shit like that happened.
right. Oh yeah. We're talking about how we should have a. I don't know if it was with you or who.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we were, yeah,
How we
yeah,
should
yeah,
have
yeah.
like a plan for that to kind of have a place to kind of we can all meet up and go from there.
This is
Um,
when we need to get together and
I
buy a
think what
fucking
was
property in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, I think what was interesting about the movie is that a lot, like all that stuff, it's how it would go nowadays. Like you said, now is the way to go, right? Like, dude, they hack into like the electrical grid, and that's it. It's over. Like,
Yeah,
no
like
electricity. Everybody's done.
think about how many people would be lost without GPS. Just that.
If you are like 28 and younger, you're gonna be lost. Maybe even possibly older than that.
Yeah. You
Like,
know,
if you're
like
like
I know so many
early
people
30s
that
and younger, you can't go anywhere without
like
GPS.
I can name a street or a couple of streets that to me would probably common knowledge because of the area that I lived in, right? But some of the people that lived in that area would have no idea what that street is.
Why are you putting your
You
mom like
know?
that? Why are you throwing your mom under the bus like that, man?
Who said? Who said? What's he said?
You said mom would be lost and she's 40.
Oh fuck! But you
Rebecca,
know
you
what?
don't
It's
look
something.
you don't look a day over 25, by the way.
That's what I'm saying.
So I don't know
That's
what
what
you're
I'm
doing, but
saying.
just keep doing it. Um,
But look, if something like that really happened,
yeah,
there's no plan in my life to
right.
get to anybody,
Yeah.
and there really would be no way to talk to anybody because the phones would be down.
At all. There's just no way.
So here's like my plan. I'll tell you my plan. My plan right now would probably be like, okay, nothing's working. I'm driving to my uncle's house. Actually, I'll probably first drive to Shell, fill up the diesel, go to my uncle's house, and then hope
That your
that
uncle's still there?
hope that my aunt is there and that my uncle didn't go to work, but that's probably extremely unlikely. However, my aunt knows where my uncle's at like almost all the time.
Right,
So
right.
the hope would be, where is my uncle? Let's go.
Well, I think
Or
instinctively, I think we would
stay
kind of
there.
try to look for
Stay
each
there.
other. Do you agree with that?
What somebody has to stay in one spot.
Yes, but let's say for me, for example, right? I wouldn't be hanging around here because I'm so far away from like everybody else. So I'll definitely be trying to
Correct.
head down to the Houston area per se, right? Um, and hope that I run into someone and then go from there. Because I would also would want to know how everybody else is doing.
But that's the
Um,
problem because
assuming that you're even able to travel. So because that was part of the thing too. So if you go strictly based on the movie, that you weren't even able to go anywhere.
no, yeah, you were. They got
No,
stopped.
remember they got those the Teslas were
Well, they
kind
got the
of blocking
Teslas
the
got
roads
yeah,
and
but but I'm thinking like that was an exception because they were in an island. They were in New York area.
yeah,
Like you driving to Houston, I'm sure you will. There wouldn't be enough
there's
Teslas to
plenty of
stop you.
ways. Yeah, yeah,
but
yeah. Yeah. Hey, I don't know,
what
man.
I'm thinking, though, is in your scenario, would it even almost make sense for you to stay where you're at and have people go to
Maybe
you because the city is the worst
city
spot
is
to
gonna
be
get
in.
yes, yes. But again, with no plan in mind, instinctively you would want to like again try to like check in with your peoples, right?
Yeah,
But you are right. If we were to ever like create a plan, uh, you're
leave the
right. We would
city.
want to try to leave the city and kind of find a place more like this, right,
Hmm. I don't know. I think honestly, I'm in the suburbs, so I think
bro? The
honestly,
amount of people that is there, it don't matter how. I mean, you would have to go pretty far, even from like the main cities, suburbs, like everything there. You know,
no. But what I'm thinking is like I've thought about this before, and I'm thinking like I would stay here in my house.
long term, that wouldn't work.
Why not?
Well, it depends on the situation. Zombie apocalypse, you don't want to be nowhere near Houston.
But
The
so
amount of people that's there, ridiculous. You wouldn't be able to. I mean, I don't care how many. Yeah, that wouldn't work. In that
yeah, you're
situation,
right.
you have to get away from there. Now, war and that kind of thing. Yeah, again, kind of want to stay away from like major cities or like high populated areas.
This
If
guy
we
is
could leave,
leaving the planet.
this guy is like 100 steps away ahead of us. I
This
see you.
motherfucker already built his rocket ship, bro. He's gone. AZ, not
Hey,
100 steps, bro. This guy is
hey,
in the future.
hey. Sometimes you gotta think outside the box. So I commend you, sir.
I think he's asking us besides, like, aside from this, not
Oh,
necessarily.
okay. That makes more sense now.
AZ, you gotta be
I
a
was
little bit
trying to
more.
be positive and encourage you, but that would have been really hard. It's like, what's the like? What's the plan? Let's get out of this planet. Fuck this.
Oh, there's a zombie apocalypse. Let me get on my
Fuck
fucking
it. Let's go to
rocket
Mars.
ship in my backyard.
Yeah,
Oh fuck.
that's
No, he
funny.
said if we could live in any other planet, what would be the first one? Well, to
I don't
answer
think we
your
have that many
question
options, do we?
exactly, the first planet is Mercury. But you're saying, okay, hold on. He said, I mean, if like zombies come from everywhere and we have to leave Earth, we would have to go to a different planet. Okay, so which planet would we go to? Rebecca says she'll
I'm your
go to
Venus.
Venus.
I'm your
I'm your
goddess.
flower, or whatever the
It's your
fuck.
goddess, dude.
Oh damn! Can you say it again?
Mandela effect. I think it's I'm your Venus. I'm your goddess, right?
I don't know, bro.
All right.
That's that commercial.
Yeah.
But okay, which planet? Okay, so are we limited to our solar system?
Right. Because if we're not, then we would have to go out of the solar system if we want a good chance of surviving. I think there is actually some potential planets out there that are within the I forgot the name, like
The Milky Way?
no, that are like within the livable area of the solar system. I'm sure it has a name.
Earth?
So yeah, but so there is a certain area away from the sun that is I guess perceived as um livable or potentially have planets that might be similar to Earth based on like temperature.
Oh,
I
you're
don't know,
saying
like
there's other systems out
yeah,
there.
yeah, other systems out there. Yeah, but there's a section away from the star that it's like ideal for.
But I mean, what is the next closest system? Because the next closest star is 5,000 light years.
Yeah, I don't know where this planet is, but I think we're. I don't want to call it, but there's a big possibility that we're not going to survive long enough for us to develop the technology to move that far.
Okay, so the next closest star system to our solar system is the Alpha
Yes,
Centauri system, which is
the
made up
Alpha
of three
Centauri. Yeah,
stars: Proxima Centauri, Alpha Centauri A, and Alpha Centauri B. It's 4.25 light years. What's that right? Yeah, so I said 5,000 light years. I'm an idiot. It's 4.3 light years away,
that's
but
not
each light year is 5,000 years.
right. I mean, when you play it down like that, of course, people are gonna be like, "Oh, that's not bad." It's really far away.
5,000 years at the speed of light. So
Fun
this
fact:
is
did you know this? Sorry, I don't mean to interrupt, but before I forget, did you know you can fit every planet in between the Earth and the Moon that's in our solar system? That's how far away the Moon is.
I think it's like 200,000 miles, isn't it? Something like that.
I don't know, but I heard this and that blows my mind.
Yeah, because for example, Jupiter and Saturn are so big.
Exactly. So how does that work?
I mean, they're not that big again, I guess.
Or the Moon is really far?
Or the moon is really far and did we really land on the moon?
Ooh.
You know, I always think, did we land on the moon? I always say yes, because could you imagine the amount of shit the United States or whatever country landed first would get if they didn't? Like if it was proved that we didn't?
She said, I feel like I'm in science class. Well, if you can tune in and learn something new, more power to you.
I love it.
Yeah.
But so what do you think? Do you think that we landed on the moon?
I had never thought about it about it before until I heard every planet could fit in between the moon and the earth. And I'm like, oh, so that means we traveled like 6 planets worth of distance, right? And that seemed undoable. I didn't think that was possible because I'm thinking Mars is so far. So think about this. So Mars is so far away, right?
Yeah.
So how far does it have to be that it takes I don't know whatever many years to get there? And how long did it take
So
for us to get to the moon?
I don't know, but so it takes 200. It's I mean, it the moon is 239,000 miles away from us.
Okay. So how fast were we going? How long did it take? And if the numbers make sense, or maybe I don't know.
And a rocket travels 5,000 to 10,000 miles per hour.
That's a rocket leaving the atmosphere. Is that a rocket cruising outer
So it says
space?
Earth to lunar orbit 25,000 miles per hour.
I don't know.
It says they travel at 25,000 miles per hour. So that means that to go 239, it would take them like 10 to 11 hours, right? Does
I
that
don't know.
even
I
make
gotta do the math.
sense? I think we went to the moon just because fucking
I
Merca,
don't
you know
think.
what I'm saying?
Let me say this. I don't think we went to the moon originally when we claimed we went to the moon.
So you don't think Neil Armstrong went to the moon?
Right. I don't think we.
That was his
Uh,
name, right?
yeah, Neil Armstrong. Yeah, I think so.
And you know what I've heard? If we did go to the moon, Neil Armstrong was not the first person to step on the moon. It was his cameraman.
I was thinking that because a lot of people are like, "Well, how come there was a camera there to film the first step?" Obviously, they had to set it up and kind of play it, right?
Unless he was using like stilts, and he didn't necessarily step on the moon, and
I
Neil
mean, with that, now
Armstrong
you're just
did.
getting, yeah, now you're just getting anal about this. Now you're getting technical and stuff. So, yeah, it's not in March. It's in April, isn't it? Uh,
Yes, there is a lunar eclipse happening April 8th, and we
yes.
will be at Cesar's house watching it.
And if you guys are interested, you guys are more than welcome to join us. They are so it's a total lunar or solar eclipse, lunar eclipse.
It's a
I forget.
total something eclipse.
So yeah, so it means it's gonna be so middle of Texas is gonna be completely covered. Um, it's gonna be totality, I think they call it, but it's gonna be completely covered for a few minutes, couple minutes, and it's like once every like 20 years that happens. That it retraces the same path, right? So it's not gonna be in the middle of Texas for another 20 years again, I think.
Really? That's it? I thought it was more like, wow.
Well, I mean, 20 years, it's
I guess
not.
I'll be 50. So, yeah.
Yeah, I guess next time you're not gonna drive down here and when you're 50. You know what I mean? Maybe.
Well, hopefully you're back here by then and we make it
Hopefully,
a
yeah,
road trip,
yeah, 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 yeah. But since I'm already here, I figure it's just gonna be easier to just yeah.
Sure, sure, sure.
I think last time, actually, I remember last time this happened, or no, last time I experienced this, I was in Guatemala, so I don't know how old that was.
Last time this happened, I was 9. I don't remember 9.
But when you say this happened, what does that mean? Because
The
it crosses the same path every
mm,
20 years, right? So we get certain parts of the earth get covered, but it only goes the similar or not the same exact path, but similar path approximately every 20 years.
hmm. Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. Well,
Or
whatever.
you
We'll
get to
see
see
how it
like,
is.
we just had that partial uh
Yeah, I was looking at that shit with my phone. I was like,
really
yeah,
didn't
they said
didn't
not
burn the
to, but
phone? Yeah.
no. Or I
Hmm.
don't know. The phone still works.
Yeah.
So why
No,
would
I
it
want to
burn
see.
it?
I don't know. Well, I know
I think they
why.
just wanted people to
Why they
buy the
say they
fucking
would burn it.
glasses.
Yeah. Well, they're not that expensive.
They're $5.
I mean, yeah, but $1,000 phone.
You see the way my bank account works. I've got insurance on my phone. I don't have insurance on $5.
Yeah, but it's like a $300 deductible. Whatever the hell they do, 200.
Oh, actually, you know what? I used my old phone. I used my Note 8, so it didn't even matter.
That I would do all day.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. But so wait, so Adriel said, I wonder what was in the ocean for NASA to stop exploring it. This guy's everywhere. He's everywhere.
damn.
He's in space and
Okay,
he's in the
now you're
ocean.
taking us down deep, huh? Well, I'll tell you this. Kind of same issue. We're not able to. I don't think we're able. We don't have technology that's able to fully explore everything,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
right?
I
It seems
think,
like the most advanced submarines can only go so far deep.
but I think we have the technology to go down to the very bottom. I just don't think we have the technology to send a person down.
Read, okay, give it this statistic, but I think it's only like we've only explored like a very
I've
low
heard
number
like
percentage of the
I've
ocean.
heard like 1%, but that can't be true.
No, there's no way. Or
It's gotta be
maybe.
like well, the ocean is fucking big, bro. Look, I tell you what, when we go on these cruises and we fucking look out and you look like the speck on my fingernail
So it
compared to
on
the water,
yeah, massive. So it says 5%. It's the average of what people are saying.
that's still
So if you think
nuts.
about that, that's nothing.
5%
But think about
of
it
the
in volume.
ocean.
So 5% means the surface, right? I'm assuming that's part of that. And then go down deep in some areas. Where the other percentages come in. But there's still
I'm
another
trying
95% that it's out there that we don't even know.
I'm trying to think like this is 500 milliliters. So 5% of that,
Hit me.
oh,
What is
math
it?
don't fail me now.
Like the lid
It's
full of water?
25 milliliters. Is that right?
I
Or
don't
is it
know.
2.5? 105 milliliters is 1%. So it's 25 milliliters, which is like maybe that.
Yeah.
That's actually pretty, that's a lot.
You think that's a lot?
When you look at the ocean, if you think of
Hey.
5% of the ocean,
Ah.
hey,
I'll say hi. He's saying hi.
if you think of 5% of the ocean, percentage wise, it might not seem like a lot,
Right.
but
But it's a shit ton, I think.
it's a fuck ton.
Oh yeah, he said it. We're over here wasting time. But yeah, oh, can you hear me?
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Can I hear me? Hello, hello, hello.
I don't think you can hear you, but I can hear you.
Oh, okay. Yo, yo, yo. Okay. So
Rebecca said Marlon and Dory did it.
yeah, but again, I think it costs money and takes time. Um and I'm sure there's some shit out there that probably doesn't want to be discovered. I don't know.
Yeah, no, I agree. There's got to be, because there's all this talk, right? Like, does the megalodon still exist?
Yeah.
And like, if you watch the movie The Meg, which is a fictional movie, allegedly,
What? It's
there's
not based on true story?
allegedly
Okay.
there's allegedly like a a life under the sea, right? Like there's like the ocean, and then
Like
there's
another
like,
layer, yeah.
yeah. And so
I
here's the reason I'm talking
that
about
cool?
that.
Is that real? I think that's real.
And so the reason I'm talking about that is because there are such things as lakes inside of the ocean.
Right.
Which you're somebody would say like, "What the fuck? What do you mean?" There are lakes at the bottom of the ocean, like that in the ocean. So what's in those lakes? You know,
Yeah. No, I think for sure that's there's a lot out there. If
I
you
would
had to go to the
go.
bottom, ooh,
I've been asked this before. If you had to go to the bottom of the ocean or up in space, which one are you picking? I'm going to outer space.
but my fear of doing that would be I'm not gonna see shit. Right.
What the fuck are you
Like
going to see at the bottom of the ocean?
I might see animals. I don't know.
There's no light.
You can bring light. Okay, fictionally
No,
speaking,
this
are
is.
we are we going?
Oh my god, we
Wait,
about to cess out of this.
I don't know what you mean about this, but what I'm so are we going prepared? Like, are we going into? I mean, do we have options, or are we just going out there in our imagination and we're just there in the black? I mean, how are we
Rebecca said to
surviving? Are
find
we going
Aquaman.
in?
Like, look, I'll tell you this: if Jason Momoa is at the bottom of the ocean, I'm going to the bottom of the ocean. But since I know he's on this rock solid green Earth, I'm going to space.
Definitely would be more mesmerizing to go to space.
I just think there's more to see in space than there is at the bottom of the ocean.
But isn't it pitch black in space as well?
Sure, but at some point you're going to reach a system with a star that has light.
Okay, so now you're getting fictional again because as of right now, you can't reach anything. So how are you getting? So how are you justifying going into outer space and reaching other planets and stars or whatever, but not being equipped going under in the ocean and not having light to see? So
Okay,
you can
time out.
travel light you can travel at light speed, but you can't bring light to the bottom of the ocean. Is what you're saying? That's what I heard.
Okay, look. Let's read the question again. If y'all had to go to the bottom of the ocean or the furthest you can in space, which one are you picking? Okay. Now that I read it that way,
Okay, that's a
I'm
little
going.
different.
Yeah, I'm going the furthest I can in space.
Okay, so that just means you're gonna just go and then die out there, right? Because the furthest you can, that means that's it. That's all you can do. So you're just
Correct.
gonna go, take off, and you just go until you die.
Sure, but
Yeah.
this is you're going or furthest you can in space. So I'm assuming you go as in like
Now you're
you're
going to the
here and then
bottom of
you're
the.
there,
Yeah.
or is it like you take the time to get there? If it's like you start and then you end, like if it's like you just cross a portal, let's call it, then
Oh
I'm
yeah,
going to
yeah.
the end of space.
Oh yeah, for sure. I was being more technical, thinking I'm gonna live my life just. I'm gonna die before I get to anywhere in space. That's what I was thinking. But if you can take portals and we discover how to do what is it like wormholes or whatever? What do you
So
call
he
like?
said, like once you reach the furthest in space or the bottom of the ocean, that's like your final destination. Like that's where you're gonna die. Like that's the last
Oh,
thing you do before you pass. So I'm still gonna go to the end of
space,
space, and I'm gonna
space.
tell you why. Because that way I can prove or disprove God.
Damn.
Because the furthest you can go in space is the Big Bang.
So wait, so space expanding, right?
Yeah.
So the Big Bang is the beginning. It's not the
Oh yeah.
end, right? If you're moving away from the Big Bang, which allegedly we know which ways towards and away from, would you if in it and it's constantly expanding, would you ever reach the end?
Maybe
Is there
that's
an
the
end?
workaround.
Ooh,
You live forever. No, wait.
forever
So
young.
I guess yeah, the Big Bang would be the beginning,
I mean, I would still want to see the
but
beginning if I could, but
yeah, no,
also
for
there may be
sure,
nothing there. Or is there like,
sure.
is there to what's at the beginning? What's at the Big Bang? So, based on what I understand and know and heard and read and viewed, most recently, there's super black holes in the middle of like these giant constellations, right? Like in the middle.
I don't know. I don't
Okay,
know.
yeah. So from what I understand, right, there's this like there's all kinds of things, right? But in the middle of like even the Milky Way, in the middle of it, it's a super massive black hole, right? And other constellations are the same. So what's in the middle of the universe? Is there a bigger black hole? Is there a new phenomenon that we don't know about? What is it?
I don't.
Is it empty space? It can't be empty space.
I don't like how you're calling it black. Okay, it's 2024. Can you be a little bit nicer?
African American hole?
Can you be more politically correct, please?
Is it a colored hole in the middle? I'm sorry, I don't
No,
know.
but yeah, so it's that question because w- what is there? Like
It's so
there had to be
it's gotta be something.
nothing. There's got to be
You
something, but
cannot. I
it's
wouldn't believe if
nothing.
you tell me there's nothing.
Can
It can't be
can
because there's
can
nothing.
nothing be something?
But can something come out of nothing? Like where does all the stuff come from if there's nothing there?
Can something come out of nothing? Jesus fucking Christ.
Fucked up, huh?
That's a tough one.
So what is this quantum mechanics now?
I think this goes into like quantum physics and shit, right? Where
Yeah.
it's like it either goes into quantum physics or it goes into religion. And I don't like religion, so I'm just gonna say quantum physics.
Says how
Women
much
do
of
it all the
space is
time.
discovered compared to the ocean? Man, I don't even think there's a number, dude.
So I think they actually
Nothing.
have said that actually no. I
Wait,
think
wait,
they've
wait.
said
Discovered, like as of seen, or discovered
that would
as
be
of
discovered,
yeah.
right?
So not explored, right? So if you're saying how much of the space has been seen or
So
observed,
allegedly we know more about space than we know what's in our ocean.
right? That's correct. Sounds right.
And now here's another thing that
But what
Rebecca is saying
percentage
that
is
I
that?
disagree with, but she says women do it all the time. What are
Yeah.
you talking
What is that
about?
about? What are we talking about?
I think she's
Because
talking
women do
about
a lot of
making
things all the
something
time.
out of nothing.
Oh, well, it's not nothing though.
Well, I don't know if she's talking about pregnancy or not,
Okay, yeah. What are you talking about? Is it
because there was
motherly
a lot
love?
of something there.
Right. So what is something out of nothing? Can you give me an example? Because
I'm not following.
I'm not following you. And I think what she means is like abstract. Like you can make a home out of a place, right? That's making something out of nothing. Now, if you're talking about babies, there's
There's
something that
a
goes in
lot
there
of
to make
something
something
going on
else.
there.
Yeah.
Well, sometimes it's a little bit of something, but it does the job.
Unless You're the Virgin Mary. But other than that,
Stop. The Virgin Mary was a hoe.
I don't know.
Look, I tell you
Uh,
what, the Virgin Mary was a fucking hoe. And you know, she was a hoe ass too, because she made Jose or Joshua or whatever his name is take care of that motherfucking baby. That's not even fair.
damn,
But
damn.
that's a story for another day.
I don't know.
Yeah, okay, Rebecca, but you keep saying that, but like what's an example of
Yeah, because we're
they
men. We don't
making
know. We don't
nothing
know
out of
shit.
something?
So you're gonna have to help us with that. Let's be
Yeah,
honest.
we,
We
we
don't. We don't know shit.
yeah.
And I'm sure you guys do it all the time, and we just don't see it because we're not appreciative enough. But do tell.
Said something for fucking killing me. We don't appreciate shit because we're men.
That's right. We just
Men are
hardwired that way.
shit. Men are
Yeah.
shit. We fucking suck. I hate
Yeah.
all men.
Girl
You know
power.
what? I'm not even a man anymore. I consider myself a girl now.
You identify as a girl.
I identify as a woman.
So while we wait for that, kind of going back on the whole universe making nothing out of something, to me, it doesn't make sense if there's nothing there in the middle. It's got to be something.
So, but all right, and so some theories are that these black holes are wormholes to other dimensions, right? Or other.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, it doesn't even have to be a dimension. It could just be like a portal to another place,
To another
same
place. Yeah. Yeah.
dimension, different
Yeah.
dimension, whatever it is. Yeah, which would be fucking dope. Because that's kind of what Interstellar did, right? It's the same dimension, just
Yeah.
different time
I love
frame.
that movie, man.
Oh, that movie was
Erika loves
like,
that movie too.
she loves that movie, but she doesn't fucking like the
I
other
don't
one.
know. Yeah.
Erika, we need to get you on here to give us an explanation
Or
of what's
Mr.
going
All right,
on.
all right, all right. It's not there, so I don't like it.
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
But
But no, I remember watching Interstellar, blow, and I was like,
yeah. So that's one of the. I don't like rewatching movies. I'll watch a movie and it's good, whatever. I'll rewatch it like if it's like a social thing, but I don't like typically rewatching something. But I've
yeah,
seen Interstellar a couple times and it's good. It's entertaining. It makes you think. I like that. I like something that makes you think. And
yeah.
of course, the first time was the best time, right? Because then you figured out like, oh shit, that was him.
Yeah,
Like, they
no,
weren't
for
dirty. It was
sure.
just him trying to communicate.
They weren't dirty.
It was dusty as hell in there, bro.
Well, I mean, they were at the end of
It was
the.
a drought or whatever. Yeah.
Well, it was like the end of the world type thing, right? Like
Yeah,
where
but yeah, because it was. Yeah, but what I'm saying, this was like all dry and
because of
stuff.
global warming or some bullshit.
Right.
Global warming is not real.
You're right, because it's cold outside, bro. And you know what? Actually, it was like 80 degrees yesterday or the day before
Yeah.
that. This morning it was like 60, 40. I don't know.
Oh, you want to make a clip? Here we go. Look, check this out. Check this out.
All right.
Global warming is not real because it's cold outside.
MAGA 2024.
Oh my god, bro!
And then what he said?
Oh
He said
fuck!
something like that. Dude talking about it's not real because it's snowing outside or
Oh
something.
my god! You fucked up the clip. You were supposed to continue with it.
You can- I couldn't resist.
We gotta make a clip like that, dude. That is gonna bring all the views.
For real. But going back to serious note, you don't actually believe that, do you?
What?
That because it's colder outside that there's no global warming?
Yeah, there's no such thing as global warming because it's
Well, no,
cold
no. I
outside.
mean, I don't know about that, but because it's cold outside or colder than other times, you don't believe it's because like global warming is not a thing. Is your bro just so global warming?
I'm trying to hold it in, bro, because I want to make a clip on this because I know people are gonna go nuts. All right, let's make this a clip, bro. Okay, look. So global warming is not real because it's cold outside. You're supposed to say something.
I know. I'm trying to think. I think I already said it.
Oh my god. Okay, look, this could be like an argument, right? You could be like, you don't actually believe that, or something, dude. We gotta
I already
make this
said that.
happen.
Okay, okay, okay,
No, 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 but we gotta like this is gonna be the clip. All right.
okay, okay. Go, go.
Okay, okay. Hold on. Okay, bro. Global warming is not real. It's cold outside.
What? You don't actually believe that, do you?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's.
you
I
understand how the
mean,
weather
global
works.
warming. Global warming cannot be real because if not, it'd be hot as hell outside.
I'm sure it's not as easy as that. Uh, I think if you,
All
bro,
right, look, that was
you have to
enough.
edit,
I
edit
think. I think that was enough. That's gonna get so many views, bro. I'm gonna
You
be.
you messed it up.
They're
I was
gonna.
gonna say if you melt ice, it gets cold.
If you melt ice, it gets
Y-
cold.
yes.
If you melt ice, it gets warm.
Uh, no.
Yes, melting ice is the ice getting warmer.
Yes, but the surrounding area gets cold.
So you're not wrong and you're not right.
Yes and yes, but I'm
Okay,
just saying some of
sure.
that could be happening.
I mean, yeah, global warming is definitely a thing, but I don't think it's because
So
of
I
the
think what
reasons
I'm
that people think it is.
that may be
Yeah.
that may be, and then also from what I understand, we like the end of global warming or the end of like a planet event. It's a freeze, right? So because there's been like recorded
Like
allegedly
ice ages?
like ice ages have been recorded right throughout uh like through history.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
is this the end of like say the end of the world, right? It's the end of global warming. Is it is it an ice age?
Like the day after tomorrow?
Yes,
That would be dope.
that would be dope. Can you imagine you just go outside, you're playing in the snow
Oof.
everywhere,
Oof. That'd be amazing.
you're back to
I
square
mean,
one. Like
we'd be fine, right? Because like we just have to go down to Mexico.
we would survive, but some of the dumb people would be weirded out for sure,
Oh yeah.
and
That'd be dope.
probably a lot of people would.
I can't wait to see how many people are gonna blow this shit up.
What do you mean
Like
it's not real?
I can't wait, dude. And my
But
favorite
uh,
part is like they're gonna have no idea that it was a joke, you know?
yeah. So, but the other thing is, people are gonna you're gonna have the people that are, oh, you're right, it's cold, so global warming cannot be real.
Yes.
You're gonna have those for sure. I
Yeah,
already see it.
it's
I'm
cold
hoping
as fuck up here in Alaska. Mm-mm. It's too much. I mean, it's a
But
topic.
seriously, what leads to a an ice age? Like, what events lead to an ice age?
You know, I don't know because the idea of an ice age is that everything froze over, or for the most part,
Yeah,
right?
but
Most of the
something has
planet froze over.
right, and it's from what I get, it's a cycle, right? So
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
ice age,
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
everything restarts. Ice age, everything restarts. But what events lead to that?
What events lead to an ice age?
Oh, now I was
Diana said,
talking
"What do
about
you mean?"
yeah, but I don't know. I didn't say anything
She's
because I don't
talking
know
about
which
global
one she's talking
warming.
about. Oh, okay. Did we just blow your mind, Diana?
I solved global warming.
Okay, Joe, check this out.
All right.
Changes in
What leads to
atmospheric
a wait? Time
composition.
out. Time out.
Okay, okay.
All right. What leads to an ice age?
That's what I was talking about.
Oh,
Go ahead.
okay.
Go.
No, you tell me.
Well, the top two things that came up is the Milankovitch cycles, which is changes in Earth orbit that the sun, comma, known as the Milankovitch cycles, play a significant role in triggering ice ages. These cycles affect the amount of distribution of solar energy reaching out to our planet, leading to a variation in climate over time scales. So again, there's a variation of climate, uh, but it's allegedly because of the orbit of Earth. If that's the case, global warming is not a thing. Or like you said, the the causes that we're trying to blame are not a
Aha.
thing because
So
it's all about the orbits Earth, which nobody can control, right?
yeah, I've also heard that if the Earth was to be just like half a degree slanted more, it would cause catastrophic, um, er, you know, weather bullshit. I don't know what the fuck
Yeah.
it's called.
So hold on. So that was the first thing, right? So the orbit of the sun, which is the Milovich cycle, whatever it's called. The second thing is where is it? So
No sé.
there's many things on there. Climate change. So climate change. Repeated cycles of events and treats. These climate changes had a major influence on global temperatures, sea levels, and precipitation patterns. So significant climate fluctuations, which repeated cycles of glacial advances and retreats. Hmm. So again, the melting of ice, like I was talking about, landscape shaping, glacial advances during the ice age led to the formation of characteristic glacial landforms such as moraines, eskers, and cirquets. I have no idea what that is, which continue to shape the landscape of many regions today. Glacial erosion, which we're talking about the glaciers, the ice, and deposition also affected the distribution of soil, rivers, lakes, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so landscape shaping. The other reason on there is biodiversity, human evolution, geological records,
So just
modern
everything
life. So
causes a
really
fucking ice
everything.
age.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But again, it's kind of things that are not directly in our control, I guess.
yeah.
So Milankovitch cycles, changes in atmospheric composition, ocean currents, land configuration. I mean, we don't control land configuration. Yeah, we're building on shit, but I know we mentioned this before, and I'm gonna repeat it because it's mind blowing to me. When you're on a plane and you look down, you see nothing but trees and green and shit. Even in a city like Houston, you don't see. I mean, how much of a difference are we really making, though? Right? Is it enough to tilt the orbit of the Earth?
You know what? A vegan will tell you we're making a huge difference. A vegan will a vegan will tell you that cows eating meat is
Yes.
causing a huge fucking
Oh,
impact on
dude,
that.
allegedly, according to
Stupid.
some people, the cows are the number one producers of what is it?
Of carbon emissions,
Yes.
the
Yes.
affecting the ozone and all that shit.
Yep.
That to me sounds like a bunch of cow shit.
But also, counter argument is so we should be eating the cows because they're the ones
Eat more cows to
eat more.
save the
So I think,
planet.
yeah. So I think overall what we're saying is eat the meat.
Eat meat.
And,
Put that meat in your mouth.
and let me rephrase. Whichever way you want to take it, eat the meat. I'm okay with whichever way you want to understand that message.
Yeah, I would
Um,
love to put meat in mouth.
Even better, even better.
Like a good brisket.
Ooh, speaking of which, uh, I know we have kind of that on the back burner right now. We got, well, personal stuff got a little delayed, but I still want to do it.
We got a planet. Not a planet like Earth, like plant-based it.
Ooh, making a brisket on another planet.
I don't know. They gotta have wood.
I would bring our own wood. We'll go to a
See,
planet
now
that
you're making
we
it
we
all
go to a
crazy.
planet that's had enough to where you can just leave it outside.
Ooh, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay, leave it outside.
Venus.
Yeah, but ooh, would that be too hot?
Yeah, it'd be like
Would be too
400, I
hot.
think.
Yeah,
We gotta go like Mercury. Mars? No, Mars is just like us. I don't
yeah,
know.
Mars.
But wait, going back to this shit. Vegans are dumb as fuck. Eat more meat because meat and cows are not fucking up the planet.
Yeah.
I want to make sure people know that. You know what? Fuck these vegans, bro. Let them not eat the meat. I'll eat that shit. I fucking love meat.
Now, real talk. Do we eat too much meat?
No.
Allegedly.
You know how expensive meat is?
But no,
I wish
yeah.
I ate more meat.
No, I just
I
keep
wish I was
hearing.
on an
I
all
I
meat
keep
diet.
hearing that. Yeah, I'll meat diet, right? Yeah, that'd be good. I would do that. I'll definitely survive. Like if I just eat steak every night, and all day, every day, I would do it.
Fuck yeah.
I really would. I wouldn't need anything else. I don't need anything else.
That's what I'm saying.
Which like, also makes me think and see if anybody can relate to this. The older I get, the less flavors I taste. Is that normal?
That's called COVID, guy.
Yeah.
You
No, for
got
real though.
constant COVID.
No, I think after I had COVID, it kind of just stayed like that.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn.
And
But you
actually,
still taste salt and pepper.
no, I taste everything, but it does not taste the same. And I read that they're starting to do like treatments and stuff that you can do to kind of regain some of the flavoring on your. Because I guess a lot of people are going through that. I wouldn't do that because I'm not gay, but I mean, I eat, I survive. It's okay. I feel some flavors. That's cool. I'm okay with that. But I feel it. I feel the difference in the flavors.
Really? I
Yeah.
mean, I guess I haven't paid attention to that.
Yeah, you had
Given that
COVID, right? Or did you officially ever?
I never officially had COVID. I think
But
we
you
got
think you did
it
at some point,
prior
for
to
sure.
COVID being a thing, November of 2019.
Yeah. Yeah, same here.
But like, I didn't.
So did you experience like loss of like taste and smell and all that?
I don't remember. We were
You
just
don't
talking
remember?
about this on
So for
Saturday.
I didn't die through COVID. I,
No
so
shit.
in case you didn't notice, I didn't die. But I, I didn't get tested because I was like, fuck it, it's probably COVID, right? Like either I'm gonna die or I'm gonna make it. But I made it. I felt like shit for a little bit. Actually, if you want to get technical, I lost some weight through COVID. So thank you, COVID. Um, but I feel the difference in taste, and I want to say I used to enjoy eating more before. Let's put it this way: I used to never add salt to anything, and now sometimes I do. And I think it's because I don't the potency of the flavor is not there. And I can tell you one particular thing that happened to me. I used to like the flavor of Coke, like to drink.
Oh, I thought cocaine.
Right? Yeah, I knew that's why I said to drink. So I used to like the like I would enjoy it every now and then, as a thing, right? I can't stand it anymore. It has an aftertaste now, and it's just I can't. I don't enjoy it. Yeah, I'll have. I mean, I think as time progressed, I have been able to kind of regain some of that, but I don't enjoy it as much as I like to.
Yeah. No, I
I
mean
hear you,
I've
sir. I So that's why I brought up the whole meat thing, because he's talking about a diet and starting to go to the gym and stuff.
yeah.
Because I keep hearing this like eat meat and animal product, and it's not affecting you, and there's the research out there, and for sure we don't eat enough plants and vegetables. I know for a fact. Like just in general, people don't. Um,
Mm, I'll
i-
argue with you.
in general,
Okay, 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 okay. Yeah,
in
yeah.
general, as a whole, we don't. Like you've served me a big plate of vegetables, I'll eat them. Um, but most of the time, it's not convenient. Like if you go somewhere, you don't go buy a plate that's primarily, broccoli. If you're cooking at home, you don't, unless you really really trying, you don't get a good meal that's portioned properly. Meaning you get your, say, your protein, whatever that is, right? And you're supposed to have twice as much of vegetables and whatever else, fibers and legumes and whatever the fuck you're supposed to have, right? We don't do it like that. So we don't get a proper healthy meal per se. Also, it's fucking expensive, dude. Groceries are so expensive nowadays.
Groceries are stupid expensive right now.
Yeah,
It's almost like is it worth growing your own shit, you know?
yeah, yeah.
But then that's also like time consuming, it's
Right.
expensive also, and in the maybe the initial cost, right? But it's really, so it's kind of like what we talk about with the podcast, right? It's really got to be consistent. Like you really have to go out there, check your shit every day, make sure there's no bugs on it, make sure that you're feeding, fertilizing, make sure
Yeah.
that it's like, are you really going to do that, or do you just go pay for the convenience like we talked about in our previous podcast?
Correct. And I'm sure there's a curve of income and money, what how much your time is worth, where doing all that homegrown stuff may not be the right thing anymore.
Yeah,
Right? So
but
if you put it into a an equation of the time that you an effort you would allocate to doing this, versus like the time and effort you could allocate to, say, doing something else or having another income or making more money, whatever, right? To the results of, how much you're producing. I don't know what the number is.
yeah, but it also goes back to like, what are you looking at gardening as, right? Are you replacing
And you wouldn't be
um
able to you wouldn't be able to produce everything.
yeah, but what I'm talking about is, like, you mentioned something about, like, could you use the time that going to buy the groceries versus growing them, could you use that time to do something else? And in this case, most of the time is, can you make more money doing something else? But I'm
Yeah.
thinking, if you take gardening as a hobby, and you make that like your peace moment, sometimes that's more valuable than going to make more money elsewhere.
Yeah, yeah, but that would also require a different mentality.
Yeah, it's
And
kind
it
of like the
may not be for everyone. I think back in the day, like if you were not gardening, you were not eating, then you're not. That's not gonna be your hobby. That's like your job being your hobby. It's typically not the way it is.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Your job is a job. Your hobby is a hobby because they
But
had
that's
to do
kind of
it.
like but have you
Because
heard the Mexican fisherman story?
do tell.
So the Mexican fisher story is about this Mexican fisherman who every morning gets up early in the morning, goes fishing, catches enough fish to bring back to his family, feed the whole family, and then spend the rest of the day with his family, enjoying his family, his food, and everything.
Right.
And one day he's fishing at the pier or wherever, and a businessman, a bank man, whatever you want to call him.
Yeah.
They spark up a conversation. He's like, "Well, what do you normally do every day?" And he tells him, "I come to fish a little bit, catch enough fish, go back with my family, spend the rest of the day with my family, and hang out, do whatever I want." Right? And so the guy's like, "Well, you know what you could do?" He's like, "You could, instead of going back with your family, you could just keep fishing, catch enough fish to where then you can go sell it. Then at some point you'll have enough money to start a business, hire people to fish for you. Then you can grow this business, um, make it
Kind of.
like a big thing, sell it, right? And then the fisherman's like, okay, and so then what do I do after that?" And he's like, well, then you'll have enough time to go fish, catch enough fish for your family, and hang out with them whenever you want in 25 years or so. So
I figure that's where
the
you're
fish,
going to. Yeah.
so it's kind of like the gardening thing, right? Like if you do it as a hobby, it's kind of something that you like, something that you love.
Yeah.
It's not all about making money all the time, right?
Correct. And again, I think it depends on the situation. If you have to do it or you're not gonna eat, you're probably not gonna enjoy it. Now, if you have it as an extra option, like you said, maybe you learn to love it, right? You like growing things, and once you get your fruit and your vegetables back, and you enjoy it, whatever, it probably has better flavor, whatever, and then you enjoy that, and you're able to do that as something extra, then that might work. But then you're also limited, right? Because you're not gonna have.
Yeah,
I mean, you're not gonna be able to grow everything. You
yeah,
might
yeah, yeah.
be smart and grow like say five major things, and then outsource for everything else. Um, but yeah, I get your point. That's a good story. That makes sense.
So I don't know.
Well, why he got to be Mexican though? Could this have been like another type of fisherman?
I think he could have been Thailandese. Is that how you say Thailand? He could have been Filipino. I don't know.
Taiwanese?
No, because that's from Taiwan. I'm thinking from Thailand.
Huh?
But one thing I will say,
Thailandese?
one thing I will
Thailandese?
say to, actually, if he's from Thailand, he's probably a he she, so it doesn't even matter. He's not a fisherman. No, but one thing I will tell you, Adriel, is if you focus more on changing your lifestyle and not letting it be a diet, you will enjoy it more and you will go further. Diets end, lifestyles continue. So just think about that when you're doing what you're doing.
That's right.
But I see we're at time, kind of, right?
Yeah, we're getting there.
And you're sleepy.
I'm a little sleepy.
So if you want, we can end it here, and then we can leave this great topic for the next episode.
What do you got?
So on the next episode, catch 2MadKings on the next episode of no, what is it? On the next episode of 2MadKings. Um, so I wanted to talk about a pretty controversial topic.
Ah, fuck! I knew we were gonna do that.
It's not so controversial in my house, but it's a
Well,
little controversial around the states
okay.
and around the world. But like I said, we can talk about this next time. Maybe get some
Well,
more dirt.
you know what? Just can you? Are you gonna tell me what it is, or
I'll tell you what it is.
because that way I can think about it? Or hell,
Pew
we
pews.
might
We're gonna
actually
be
talk
talking
talk
about
about it right
guns
now.
and gun control on the next
Oh
episode of Two
shoot!
Mad Kings.
Okay, all right.
I think that'll be a good one.
Yeah.
So
Thank you, sir.
thank you very much, Hazel. Appreciate you hanging out with us. Diana, Rebecca, everybody that stopped by, thank you so much. And then just as we always remind everybody, please head over to 2madkings.com. You'll see all of our social media in the top left. And if you have any suggestions or any things you want us to talk about, scroll to the very bottom. There's a little talk to us section. Make sure you fill that out, and we'll be able to see that. So just go ahead and do that, and then like, subscribe,
2madkings.com.
follow, blah blah blah.
All right.